Glucose and the forbidden forest of glycolysis. Once upon a time, in a plasma kingdom, there was a young, hexagonal boy named Glucose, who was unhappy with who he was and wanted to change. The plasma kingdom he lived in held many secrets and surprises, but none fascinated the boy as much as the forbidden forest of glycolysis. He was told that there were 10 strange wizards that resided in the forest, and that whoever was brave enough to enter exited a completely different person. Unable to resist the temptation of finding the change he so deeply desires, the young, hexagonal boy packed his things and headed off on his journey filled with excitement and exhilaration. After a while, Glucose finally got to the entrance of the forest. As he entered, he felt a strange force pulling him, almost as if he was being forced forward and couldn't turn around. Suddenly, a strange figure jumps out of the trees. It's a wizard! "Hello, Glucose," says the wizard in an excited tone. "Wait, how do you know my name?" replies Glucose. "Oh, we've been waiting for you, Glucose. I am Hexo K, one of the 10 wizards that resides in these forests, and I am here to start your transformation." Without a moment's notice, the wizard uses his wand to zap Glucose, causing him to grow a horn on the left side of his head. Glucose, shaken up but not scared, asks the wizard, "How did you do that? What is this?" But the wizard was gone, and the young, hexagonal boy with a horn was pushed forward by the forest. As he continues across the forest, he comes across another wizard, this one without a wand. "Hi, Glucose," says the wizard. "I am Foglamut." The boy asked the wizard, "The other wizard had a wand. Where is yours?" The wizard replies, "Oh, our powers come in many different forms. Some are found in wands, where others are found within, like myself." Confused, Glucose is ready to move along when he is suddenly zapped again, turning his hexagonal body into a pentagon and moving his horn to his left shoulder. The young, now pentagonal boy with a horn on his left shoulder is scared out of his mind and begins to run through the forest. As he is running, he comes across 2 more wizards on the side of the path, who shout their names and zap him as he runs by. "Fo Frukin!" shouts the first wizard with his wand. "Aldo-wee!" shouts the second. He clears the wizards, horrified. The young, pentagonal boy with a horn on his left shoulder was now 2 stick-figured boys. However, they weren't identical, as one was a little bit thicker at the bottom than the other. The 2 boys look at each other with a similar facial expression, now both scared and confused as they were pulled forward by the forest. Suddenly, they stop. The 5th wizard stands in the middle of the trail. "This might not have been what you expected. What is it D-Happen G3P?" says the wizard. "Who are those people?" replies the thicker boy. "Those are your names. I told you this forest would change you," says the wizard. "And I am ISOM, and you 2 are now 1. Once again, the wizard zaps the 2 boys. Only this time when the wizard vanishes, they come out identical. The 2 thick, stick-figured boys stuck in the middle of something that Glucose had never planned for. The next 4 wizards do some fairly interesting things to the 2 boys, further distancing them from what Glucose once was. The 6th wizard, who goes by the acronym TPHG, zaps the 2 boys using his wand, causing both of them to grow a single horn on top of each of their heads. The wand also appears to shrink during this process. The seventh wizard, Fogly K, actually removes the horns that the previous wizard bestowed, causing two wands to be formed from the zap. The eighth and ninth wizards, Foglamut 2 and Enolays, reshape the boys entirely. The first one makes both boys thick bottom skinny, but causes their right shoulders to grow a horn and water to form surprisingly. The ninth wizard makes these horns on these two young stick figure boys to shake and glow. They finally make it to the end of the forest, where they have their final encounter with the last wizard. "Why has this happened to us? This isn't what we were expecting," the two boys say simultaneously. "Who are you?" they continue. "Me, I am simply a wizard named Pyrukin. It's this forest that should cause you to wonder. It's alive, you know, and it plays a huge role in feeding this being that we reside in. The wizards that have changed you have actually been taking crucial steps to feeding the being. The wands, the zaps, the transformations, and especially you, are all vitally important to maintaining the creature everyone resides in." Without a moment's notice, the wizard zaps the two boys, removing their horns and pushes them out of the forest. There are some things that we want for ourselves. Some wish for change, others wish for things with physical value. But be careful what you wish for. For that young, hexagonal boy we once knew came out two boys unrecognizable from who entered the forest. The end.